Hi everyone, welcome to G Talks. For tonight's topic, I have chosen to talk about the secret about 10 things you should know or that you do not know. Now, the reason I have chosen this topic and why I have no guests tonight with me is because it's something I personally would like to share about. And obviously, through the commenting section, they will give their perspectives and also ask questions. Now, I feel that it is quite important, this topic, because it's going to open up a few dimensions in relation to advertisement and manipulation and how that works. And when I say how that works is, I mean, it actually works. We fall for advertisements and we fall for example, manipulations within them or deceptions or dishonesties. Now, recently I scrolled through Facebook and every now and then I see something that says 10 things you didn't know about this diet, 10 things you didn't know about eating this fruit, 10 things you didn't know about what this and this can do to you, or 10 things you should know that you should be doing every day, or 10 things that successful people do and why they're successful. Now, every day, on a weekly basis, even, or a monthly basis, there are dozens, hundreds of new 10 things that you should know or that you do not know yet about. And a lot of people fall for these things in terms of being deceived by it, manipulated by it, or deceived by it. But it is not actually these advertisements that deceive us, manipulate us, or that are getting us. You know, you read it and you go, huh, that's interesting 10 points that I'm reading about. In the meantime, you have nothing to cross-reference the information that you're reading about with. You have no possible way of cross-referencing anything outside of the source of information that you're receiving. Now, the secret behind why these advertisements or articles or whatever you want to call them work is because humans are uneducated. And that is really the simple secret. And people notice. The advertising companies, the people that makes advertisements, the big corporation companies, everyone knows that most of the human population is uneducated. And because we are not educated to a level of looking at things in common sense and within self-honesty, we can be easily deceived. Deception is so easy within the current society that we all live in. Now, when I say deceived, is because I have a great example. I once went to the mall with a colleague of mine, and as we're walking in the mall, the colleague saw these um, daily vitamins that you need being advertised. And it said the 12 or 10 daily vitamins that you need and with the minerals and so on. And you need it every day. So you need to buy this box and you take these tablets every day. And then on the box it mentions all the vitamins and minerals and so forth that you need. And the friend questioned me because I looked at it and I actually read it and I was, it got my attention. And I know while I was reading it, I was asking myself, do I get all of this in every day? When I eat my food in the morning, in the evening, when I have something to eat during the day, a fruit, a vegetable, or some meal somewhere, do I get in all of these minerals? Do I get in all of these vitamins? Are they working for me? And this colleague of mine then said, so, what did you notice when you read that? You noticed fear, because the box specifically had a number on it that said, are you getting in these 10 vitamins daily? Now, the words were specific because it impulses fear. Because now you're looking at every single day, am I getting these vitamins in? Am I doing this on a regular basis? And what's the consequences going to be if I don't get it in? I'm going to be sick, I'm going to be unhealthy. Maybe in 10 years from now, I'm going to start having diseases and, I really don't want to go through all of that, so I'd rather take these vitamin tablets every day because those are the 10 most vital vitamins that I need. And this colleague then said, so, do you really need it, or is your fear telling you you need it, those vitamins? And I said, well, at the moment, my fear is telling me that I need these vitamins. I need to buy these vitamins, and I need to take these vitamins every day. And so my colleague said, okay, so what does the advertisement companies know? They know that you, as a normal citizen, a normal person, are not educated on what vitamins are, what minerals are. They know you're not educated on the basic requirements of what they do on a daily basis. They know you don't have any level of education to not agree with them. They can put anything on their bottles or on their advertisements or on their articles. And all they have to make the advertisement say is something that impulses you with fear. Because 10 is quite specific. 10 is not too much and it's not too little. I mean, you have 10 fingers in your hands. It's how you learn to count as a kid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you got used to the number 10 so much that when you see 10, it's something you can immediately absorb. It's something you can immediately look at and go, 10. I have 10 fingers. I have 10 toes. Okay, 10 is a number that just sticks with us. Now you can even make it 5. You can make it 8 or 7. But we never go 15 vitamins or 15 things you must do daily to remain healthy or 15 things that you have to do to be successful. It's always 10 things or 5 things. And it's to keep it minimal. It's to keep it to a child's degree of understanding. And that's what the advertisement companies know. You, as a normal citizen, is not qualified, is not educated to a certain degree to disagree with what they're placing on their articles or advertisements to what they're saying. And this means they can say anything they want. And you will just move and buy based on the impulse that's created within fear. And this fear is what we call irrational. It's irrational because there's no common sense, there's no education backing up your decision. It's simply because someone said so. Someone is making claims that it is so. Someone is telling you these 10 things is going to make you reach success. And because the people that's saying it, you believe that they are educated. You believe that they have the information, they have the backup to prove what they're saying. But you have no way of knowing that. You just trust whatever you see on the internet, in the mall, in the street, that the people that is placing those articles, advertisements, name them everywhere, is trustworthy. You believe that when they say these 10 things is what your body needs to remain healthy, or on a daily basis you need to do this to be successful, or you need to do 10 of these things, 10 of these things, whatever, in your relationship with your children, with your animals. I mean, there's so many things we have in our lives, and everyone has 10 things that you can apply every single day to all those things, all those aspects of your life. So you in the end are going to have a million things a day that you need to be able to apply. All right, that's 10 times 10. So today I'm going to do 10 things to keep my body fit. And I have to do these 10 things because I read that article that said I have to do these 10 things to keep my body healthy. Then I need to have these 10 vitamins every day. So I'm going to drink those tablets every day. Then you have things that say 10 fruits you must avoid, 10 foods you must avoid. Then you have 10 energy drinks, or you have 10 things you must do with your pets. You have 10 things you must avoid having in your house. You have 10 things of this and that and that and that. And there's so many things that are being placed out there on the internet where they're using this 10 things you should know or 10 things you didn't know to mislead people to just fall for advertisements. That's literally all it is. And the reason it works is because most of human population is uneducated. Now let me clarify what I mean by uneducated. You can have a degree in law, you can have a degree in medication, you can have a degree in being a mechanic, you can have a degree in being a teacher, you can have a degree in carpentry, you can have a degree in astrophysics, you can be you can have a degree in anything, but you're not educated on everything. And that's why most of human population is relying on their degrees and the words that they have learned that is specific to their degrees to make sense of everything else. And that's not how the world works. We all need to be educated and taught how to work with common sense. Common sense is something that's not limited to a degree. It's something you establish with yourself. Common sense is something that you develop, that no matter what is being said, you can cross-reference, you can check within yourself, you can put 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals that. Okay, so when someone tells you 10 vitamins that you need to take in daily, or you're going to be unhealthy, that's the implication. You're going to die in 20 years. You're going to start having diseases and cramps and pains, and all these fears come up, and we're listening to the fears because we don't have the vocabulary to back up what they're saying. It's really that simple. So your common sense will guide you to not make decisions that is impulsed by fear. It will make your decisions rational, which means this guy is saying, I need those 10 vitamins every day. They're selling a packet of tablets. Let's say there's 100 tablets in there, and I need to take 2 tablets every day, morning and evening. So what am I going to do? I'm first going to do research. I'm going to see what exactly are these words and names they have on the back of this container. Because first of all, I have no idea what they're saying. So how can I agree with them? And why do I agree with them? Why do I say, yes, you're right, I need those vitamins? When you have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. When someone tells you, you need to do these 10 things every day to remain physically fit, how do you know it's going to work for your body? It's not necessarily going to work exactly the same way that it worked for that other person for your body. And this is where common sense comes in. Because most people will try and do exactly what someone else is telling them to do to have the exact same results. Yet we're not considering within common sense and self-honesty that everyone's body has gone through a different process in life. Everyone's body has a slightly different bone structure. Everyone's body has a slightly different muscle build. Everyone in this world has slightly a little bit of different body, and within common sense, you can fit your body to an exercise. But you have to consider all the dimensions. How many people in this world hurt themselves because they see someone advertising 10 things you need to do every morning for 10 minutes before you leave for work to have a successful day? Now people go and they force themselves into these positions on the floors and picking up things, and they're attempting to do these 10 things every day for 5 weeks, and at the end of 5 weeks they break down, they stop, they quit, and they're demotivated to do anything else further. Next time they see 10 things you need to do, they go, I've already tried this. And maybe that time, that was the exercise they needed. So the way the information is given to people of, you can look at any advertisement in this world, where they always advertise 10 things here, 10 things there, for anything. 10 things you need to do to keep your dog's diet healthy. You need to consider within common sense that everyone's position and everyone's place in this world is different. And you need to be practical. You need to consider all the points. For example, I'm a skinny guy. I don't weigh a lot. So I can take an exercise of the internet that says in 10 weeks, doing these 10 exercises for 10 minutes every day, you will have these results. So my body, I know, okay, can fit those exercises quite nicely. But then my friend that weighs twice as much as me cannot do those exercises. But my friend will, for example, now go and he will attempt to do those exercises for 10 weeks, for 10 minutes every morning to have a healthy body. And what does he end up with? Pains, hurting his bones, his joints, all these weird things that people do to themselves. And who's responsible? No one is responsible. No one is accountable for how we are advertising on the internet and on TV. We have 7.3 billion people that all have almost different diets, that has different diet needs in terms of how their bodies has been developed since birth, depending on their circumstances, their environments. And here we have all these set rules and set things that is promises, the whole time promising that if you have these 10 vitamins every day, you can be healthy. If you do these 10 things for your dog for the next 10 years, your dog will live 10 years longer. If you do these 10 things every day, you'll be fit for life. If you do this and 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 this, and the people advertising it don't take into consideration that thousands of people are seeing that information. Thousands of people are trying out what they are actually saying because people need help. People in this world is looking for help because we drastically want to improve ourselves. But there's no common sense and practicality placed within these advertisements, these articles, where they say, please consider that for 10 minutes every day, these 10 exercises might not work for you if your body is not comfortable in this and this and this and this and this and this position. No, they don't place things like that. That is common sense. That is self-honesty. They think everyone should just try out that one exercise they're giving, and whoever breaks their back in the meantime, whoever gets joint problems in 5 years because they went through this 10-week trial of doing these 10 exercises for 10 minutes every morning, it's not their problem. You know, let people just do their own thing. Everyone's self-responsible. Everyone can just damage themselves because of something we said to thousands of people the same. And I'm coming from experience here because I've met so many people that has injuries because they do things or take things that's being advertised right now and since 4 or 5 years ago on the internet, where people say, do these 10 things, or did you know these 10 foods are not healthy for you? Did you know that these 10 foods are going to make you gain weight? Did you know that if you avoid these 10 foods, you will get skinnier? Did you know that if you do these 10 things for your cat will be more lovable? Did you know that if you do these 10 things with your horse will be more obedient? Did you know if you do these 10 things, if you do these 10 things, if you do these 10 things, now you end up having millions of people applying all these 10 things and attempting these 10 things. In the greater picture of everything, I can see why marketing schemes are done this way, because it creates a certain mess in the world. It creates a mess where people are scattered everywhere, doing all these different things all the time because there's always new 10 things that you should know, and you should do it or you should not do it. So the whole world is being scattered into the world to consume and buy and try out and try out. So we keep buying new things, we keep trying new things. It's to keep making us spend our money. It's that simple. Because no one has established yet common sense. No one has yet established self-honesty. No one has yet established who they are and being honest with their bodies, being aware of our bodies. For example, you don't need a doctor to tell you what vitamins you must take every day, because that doctor will probably not check what diet you're already on. He will probably just say, take this tablet because this tablet will give you all 10 vitamins. Instead of checking what are you eating, what vitamins are you getting in, and here, take this tablet because this tablet gives you the 2 missing vitamins that you require to help you with whatever problem you have. No, they just pop in a tablet, give all 10 to you one shot, and they're making money. It's really simple. And you trust the doctor, you trust the advertisements, you trust the companies, you trust the system 100%. but we've never actually trusted ourselves. And this is how I would like to end off my hangout. My hangout is only going to be half an hour today. We have become a society that seek outside guidance for how we must live, what we must do with our bodies, and someone must tell us what to do. Someone must tell us exactly, you need to do this, this, and this. We have become so disconnected from our own physical bodies that we cannot even tell what is missing in our bodies or what is too much in our bodies. We need an advertisement board to tell us something is completely off, but we will rather believe that than listen to our body. The same with exercise, the same with our animals, the same with our environment, the same with everything that we do. We feel someone else needs to tell us what to do. And every single time there's a new article on 10 things, 5 things, 20 things that you didn't know or that you should know, we fall for it. Especially in relation to sex and success. Because money and sex are the two biggest points in the world. And if you take a look, a sex article, immediately, 10,000 shares. Why? Because people want to be told that if you do these things, you will have success in sex. Or people would like to be told, if you do these 10 things every day, you will have success with money, with business. Yet, no one ever considers reality. Reality is your location and position in the world is different than anyone else. Every single one has a unique location and position. And this is what makes common sense and self-honesty so unique. Because each person can take what is common sense, self-honesty, and apply it to their position and location within this world. Someone else can give you suggestions. Someone else can give you suggestions on try this, try this, try this, because I have tried it. It has worked for me, but please consider you must try it out. I'm not telling you it's going to work. You need to test it and then, see if it works or not, or adjust it to work for you. The problem right now is everyone advertises everything as a big solution. Like if you don't eat these fruits, if you don't eat these 10 fruits, you will suddenly stop gaining weight. So now you have some person sitting in front of the computer and go, I eat those 10 fruits. No wonder I'm so overweight. Maybe I should just stop eating them. Maybe meantime the fruit was never the problem. Now this person stops buying that fruit and now they go buy other fruits, and that fruit has a consequence that their body isn't used to. And no one in this world is accountable. People just keep on advertising and advertising on things that you should know or that you didn't know to keep selling shit. And it's a marketing strategy because it keeps people moving, keeps people busy consuming. It keeps people busy using their money and buying, selling. Because there's always these new facts. It's always these new scientists that discover these new things. And we always fall for it. And the secret is we're just not educated. And therefore we make decisions based on fear, which is irrational. So every time you face fear in having to make a decision, understand you do not have all the information. Therefore, your decision will be an irrational decision. So stop yourself, breathe, see, okay, this is the point. I'm not educated on these matters or these facts. Therefore, if I just go for it, I'm making an irrational decision. Rather, let me use common sense. Let me be self-honest. Let me go investigate. Let me see, what is this that I'm going to make a decision on? Why am I making a decision on it? And then once you have gathered all the information and educated yourself, then you can make a rational decision. And that rational decision must always be best for all, because that is best for you. And within this, we can start educating ourselves within this world to start making informed decisions. It's really simple. And I'm bringing up this point because I used to make so many decisions in my life that was based on fear, based on being irrational. And it had so many consequences that was unnecessary. And I'm sharing this because I would like for everyone else to be empowered as well, to find that courage to not just go for something because you believe it, to not just go for something because you feel it's right or because you trust whoever's advertising it is right, and not just to open links that says, did you know these 10 things, or you didn't know these 10 facts. Consider before you open, why are you opening it? Is there a fear behind it? Is there a fear of missing something out? And to then, if you do open it, to read everything with neutrality, be neutral, so that you can afterwards look within yourself, check, what did I just read? Okay, was there fear? Because if there was fear, your perception of what you read is completely off. You didn't actually read the information. You are going to make a decision based on a fear, not based on the information. And therefore, you need to either read it again, go do your own research, find out, was this real or not? Is there facts or not? Or can I just look within common sense if this information is deceptive in nature, manipulative, and what was the attempted outcome that the information wanted to give me? And within this, we can all empower ourselves. Within this, we can stop supporting deception, manipulation within this world that is not best for everyone. Because the outflow consequences into 7.3 billion people is massive. If everyone just believe what they read, because it's 10 facts that they're giving you, or 10 points where they're playing with your hope, your fears, your dreams, your desires, and you believe it because you have those hopes, fears, dreams, and desires, you need to deal with those hope, fears, dreams, and desires. You need to remove them because the system knows you have it, and therefore they are going to abuse you for it. They're going to use what exists within you to deceive you, to manipulate you, and to get you to spend your money where they want you to spend your money. So the change starts with ourselves in small moments. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm now going to go to the Q&A. We're going to ask that whoever has listened to the entire hangout thus far on the point I wanted to share tonight, to please ask your questions or give me your perspectives, and I'll read them out loud, answer them, or give an extra perspective on it as well. I'm now going to open the Q&A. So the Q&A is now open. If you have any question or any perspective that you would like to share in relation to seeing articles on Facebook or on Google or anywhere on the internet where you see 10 things that you didn't know or 10 things that you should know. If you have an example of that, please share it. Tell me what it is you would like to know about how to handle information like that. How has it influenced you? How much do you see this? Do you see it often? Do you not see it often? Because I see it quite often, and it gets shared around. Like 10 things a dad should do every day with their daughter. Imagine that. Now you have 10 million dads that is going to live in regret and shame for the rest of their lives because they read that article and they couldn't do those 10 things with their daughter every day. Just because some nut job in the background decided that these 10 things within the current system that we're living in, that is completely based on survival and fear, where parents do not have the luxury and time as they would like to do 10 things with their daughter, for example, every day. And now you're creating this whole regret system, this whole shame system, because all the people that read it is like, fuck, I can't do that. I'm never gonna get to that with my child. So we have to be realistic with ourselves. We cannot use it as justifications. Be careful, I'm not saying here justifications. Don't confuse this those justifications. I'm simply saying in self-honesty, you have to check when you read information, check it with reality. Don't just go into your head. Don't don't go into the back of your head where it's some desire, where it's confirming some hope or some fear, because then you know you're being mind controlled. You are already brainwashed if you can be mind controlled, and you have to center yourself, use your breath. Okay, I read the information. Now there was movement. I can see that I want to have a nice, sexy body, but I have to do 10 things every day. I have to take those supplements over there. I have to eat this diet. I have to do these 10 things every day to have that sexy body in 10 weeks. All right. I'm going to now compromise cleaning around the house. I'm now going to compromise this, this, and this because I want to do those 10 exercises every day to look sexy in 10 weeks. And I'm not going to consider reality anymore. I'm not going to fulfill this desire. This desire that has some alternate outcome that doesn't fit reality currently. So that's one example. There's many examples we can give in terms of diets. Let's say there's a person living in poverty. Not poverty, but they're poor. And they have internet. They have basic, very basic stuff and internet connection. You know, they're just on the brink. You have a lot of people like that in flats and areas. Now, let's say this person reads that to become successful, you need to do these 10 things every day because all those successful people has confirmed that those 10 things every day will make you successful. Now, this person that lives just on the brink of being very poor and can afford just basics reads that article. Now, 5 of the things that the article mentions, this person don't have in their environment. It's impossible. They literally cannot fulfill those 5 things. Now, this person reads in the article as well that, remember, success is up to you. There's no excuses. All right? There's nothing in this world that can stop you from being successful if you do these 10 things every day. It is confirmed by these millionaires over there. Now, this person is sitting in their house and they go, do these 10 things. But I only have 5 of these things in my environment. So let's say they started doing these 5 things. But they know that the other 5 is out of reach. So what is the outflow consequence of what's happening right there? This person is going to develop paranoia at some point, a possession. They're going to start feeling like they are the problem. They are the ones failing because they're going to start blaming themselves. Now they can become desperate and they can start doing things that is in a desperate attempt to become successful. This can mean harming relationships, harming other people, harming themselves. And no one hears about it. No one sees these stories. But every now and then you have an article in the news saying father kills his 2 children. Father kills his wife and his child. Because there's financial issues. Now, no one in this world considers the outflow and consequence of information that is being shared in this world and how it influences the human being's mind. It is extensive, and there is no one that is accountable for any of these outflows. The only people that wants to take accountability is those that see some success story. We only hear about the success story. We don't hear about the kid that was sitting in his room and reading an article that says 10 things on how to get a girlfriend that you must do every month or every day. And he couldn't get a girlfriend and committed suicide. So there's a lot of things that we need to consider in this world. A participant, Alejandro, thank you very much. Let's read. He says, thank you. Tai Chi is in the 10 way too. Normally in the origin was 13 principles. Now is 10. And now my girlfriend is saying 10 reasons that we have to go now because of this. I don't write more. Okay, interesting. So as I understand this, Alejandro, it is you saying that there used to be 13 principles in the Tai Chi and now there's only 10. Interesting, isn't it? Because 10 is, as I said, the number that people play with because it is that which is still at the level of a toddler. And I've associated most of the global's educational level to that of a toddler, 3-year-old, or grade 3, sorry, not a 3-year-old. And that means they're using very specific wordings and techniques that they know everyone can read and feel safe about, comfortable about. So nice comment, Alejandro. Thank you very much. I don't have anything to say on that, but I don't understand why you're not writing more because of this. Maybe if you can clarify why are you not writing anymore because of the Tai Chi thing. All right, Mats Bjornsik, thank you very much for this comment. That is, education point is an issue because people educate themselves, and often the education is corrupted to serve some corporate interest. That is correct, Mats. Everything in today's time is. I'll also suggest common sense and self-honesty. That is the foundation from which I move, no matter where I'm reading from, no matter what I'm educating myself on. I question Google. I question where Google is getting their information from. I question the dictionary. I check why the dictionary is defining words it is defining words. I question everything. And I check with myself, with common sense. Now, you don't develop common sense magically. It takes time. It takes a physical integration into reality, to have a reality check, to check physically. For example, if you look at your body, you can communicate with your body to tell you what your body needs and don't need. But we as humans are so unaware that we cannot even do that. We can't even tell our own body that we live in, that we are. Can't even tell us, or we can't even hear what it's telling us we need. We need to go for tests and labs. We need to go and find out from a dietitian. We need to find out from everyone else what our bodies need. Yet we are the ones living in it, seeing it, feeling it, breathing it. And we need someone else to tell us what we need. So it is to get back to your body. For example, I started teaching myself through listening to my body on what I need. And I've been healthy, very healthy. In fact, I don't get sick at all for many years now because I've been listening to my body. And I will eat, I will drink, whatever the body is telling me I need now. And the long-term effect of that has worked effectively. Now, I cannot tell someone else that this is the diet you must follow because it worked for me. I can give you points on how to develop your own communication with yourself, with common sense and self-honesty, so that you can develop that. If we don't have that, we do rely on outside sources to tell us what to do. And those outside sources are manipulated, they are deceived, because they are within a system that is corrupted. They are within a system that is based on profit and greed. So you will never get the exact answers you want. You will never have the information that is pure and clean. It's just a matter of fact in today's reality. Doesn't matter what we are reading or where we're reading it from. So one of the core points at Tasting Eye Process is developing self-honesty and common sense, and to understand how the human mind works, because then you can start seeing it in everything else. If you can't recognize the mind within you, you cannot recognize the mind within in everything else. And that means you're in such point of separation that you just fall for whatever is presented to you or given to you. Very much, Mats. That was a very cool point to bring up. If anyone has anything else, bring it up now. We still have 20 minutes that we can throw anything you want to say. Don't worry, it didn't freeze. I'm just being quiet. All right, here we go. I see, so this is from Matt Bjornsty again. I see so many people use moisturizers or lipstick on their dry lips, and I'm never dry on my lips. And if I am, I know that my body requires me to drink more water. Simple as that. Cool, Matt. That is exactly what I've learned. I've actually learned from my dad, who uses lipstick for the past 40 years. Just a random number in front of me here, but since I could remember as a child, he's used lipstick. He stops using it, the next day it's dry. And it's actually, we condition our bodies. We literally condition our bodies, moisturizers, lotions, lipsticks, gels. We condition our bodies with the soaps we use. And the companies that make these things do it deliberately. Create the problem and have the solution. And as long as we create those things within our lives, we will never be able to also teach our body and to listen to our body, to simply be here and be natural. Now that is adapting, that is adjusting, that is healing by itself. Mads, that is such a cool point that I can relate to with so many things in my life. I've never in my life used any moisturizers for my hands. Look at them, beautiful, smooth, soft. Look at my lips. You see that? No lipstick, no lip ice, nothing. All right. Now, I have been without any of those things all my life because, in matter of fact, I used to wear glasses since I was 7 years old. And when I was 13, I said, fuck this, I'm not wearing glasses. Now, my glasses was only getting thicker and thicker each year because my eyes was getting a little weaker. And then I asked the eye doctor, hey, aren't the glasses supposed to make my eyes better? And he said, no, glasses is going to be there, something you can always use when you read or when you need to look far. And then I went home as a young kid and I said, you know what? This doesn't make sense. I thought glasses was supposed to help me to not wear glasses in the end, you know, to heal my eyes. And I put it down and I never wore it again. Now, I've gotten my driver's license and I've applied for a truck driving license, the big trucks. The license, they call code 13 here. And I've passed both eye tests a couple of times with 100% vision. So my question is, did I heal my own eyes from not conditioning myself to what some doctor told me when I was a child? And I did have eye problems for a while. But you see how the system uses our little moments of having a problem to create a product out of it. A lifetime product, a lifetime thing that you are now conditioned to, like dry hands, or like dry lips, or like eyes, or like hearing. Instead of looking at, you need a temporary support, sure, there support yourself, but then don't keep using it. Don't keep now doing it forever as if this is the, and we are responsible for how the system is abusing us because we are enjoying it. We are allowing it. We are creating it because we're spending our freaking money there. I mean, wow, if you can take your money out of your pocket to support something that is deceiving you, manipulating you, and creating all this bullshit in this world, then I think we kind of deserve having all this bullshit because we're voting with our cash. And like lipstick with dry lips. Cool, Mats. It's another awesome one. Thank you. So if anyone else has any more cool perspectives or questions, then we shall read them out loud and I shall give my perspective or a story or something I have to share. All right. Don't worry, there's still time. If you're still typing, don't rush. Just breathe. I'm not going to suddenly close down the chat. I can always just keep my mouth moving. That's a very easy thing for me. There we go. Thank you, Mats. We have another one. The same applies to migraine. People tend to use pills to get rid of their migraine, not knowing it's only suppressing the cause that result in the effect. young girls walking around with painkillers in their purse nowadays. Mads, that is exactly it. That is on the spot again. I have not used any pills, any painkillers, any medication. Well, I haven't gotten sick, but you know, from when I did get sick, I never used any pills or anything like that. I would tell my mom, I'm healing by myself. And once I left home and I got sick and so on, I didn't use pills. Even though I know they're there, I didn't go and touch them. I was like, let me see how I can support and assist myself through it. But here's something we have to consider. Power or the confidence or the trust in yourself that you're going to get through a migraine by yourself or a disease or a sickness, then you do need support. Because if those points aren't there within yourself, you can compromise yourself. So I'm not promoting or advertising here that you should not use any support for your body. If you see you can't handle stuff, first try it out for yourself. Then get support if you see, fuck, I need support. Till you develop that common sense and self-honesty where you can trust yourself, be confident within yourself, and take the next step. For example, with a flu, stop taking medicines for flus. It's just a freaking flu. Your nose is flowing. Cool, you have some dry throat. Okay, it's gone. Eat some lemons. Drink water. There you go. You know, don't go overboard with medicines and try avoiding what is causing me to be sick, what is causing me to have an imbalance in my body. So today's people are also addicted to medicine because medicine helps us escape. So Matt, that's a very cool point. People are suppressing the cause, but they're also suppressing who they are, that is the cause, and why the cause is there. So painkillers and medicines like that makes you a little bit high for a moment. You enjoy it, you can say goodbye to the world, and life goes on. And yeah, we just keep living in the suppression. Thank you very much. So I'm enjoying these perspectives and comments from Mats. If anyone else has any more questions, or Mats, if you have any more, please throw them on. We still have 13 minutes that we can have a cool discussion. All right, so we're opening up some pretty cool questions and perspectives, because if you look at it, all of these things are results of advertisements. All these things are results of what people are accepting, allowing to read. Remember, your click on the internet. Every time you make a click, every time you press on something on it, you're voting already. And companies know that. Doesn't matter if you read the article and go, it's bullshit. You've already clicked on it to open it because you could already not catch the bullshit in the heading. And because you couldn't catch the bullshit in the heading, they got you. They know the information is in your head. Even though you said, oh, what bullshit is this? You already read it, it already affected you because you're not in control of yourself. You don't know how your mind works. You don't know how your body works. You're not aware of your body or your mind. So they already got you. So next time you walk in the mall or you're somewhere else, a week, 2 weeks later, and you buy yourself something, you go, oh, this looks interesting. I would like to have this. Meantime, a couple of weeks back, you read an article without even knowing it, affected you to buy something. You see, this is to what an extent the mind is playing on us. And this is what the Hangout is about, how recently people are using this 10 things you didn't know, 10 things you shouldn't know, or 10 facts that can improve your health, or 10 facts that can make you successful, or 10 facts that can help you achieve better in your tests or exams, or 10 things this, 10 things that. It's all advertisement. And we have to understand that in our minds, besides the advertisements you see on TV or on the internet, we are advertising bullshit to ourselves the whole time. When you're a guy and you see a girl walking on the street, you're advertising in your head that picture that you're seeing. When you're a girl and you see this handsome boy in a boy band and he's famous and sexy and got money, you're advertising to yourself in your head. And this is how we are externalizing the system for what's already existing within us. We are already our own back chat advertisers, our own gossip advertisers. And the system is just using this to show us. This is how we're abusing ourselves. All right, from Mads Bjornsky, we Advertisement is about creating a need that was not there in the first place. It's like if it did not exist 100 years ago, chances are you don't really need it. Very cool. I'm not going to add anything to that, Matt. Just going to leave that at that. That's a cool quote. You should place that on Facebook. All right. And you must put next to it Matt Spajorski, if that is your original quote. I really like that one. Advertisement is about creating a need that was not there in the first place. It's like if you did not exist 100 years ago, chances are you don't really need it. All right. If it didn't exist 1,000 years ago, you didn't need it. You know? Cool, Matt. That was a really cool one. All right. I think we will shut it down on that nice note for tonight. And then we will have another G Talks in 2 weeks' time. We will see what the topic will be in that time. Thank you very much for everyone participating, for the perspectives, the comments, the questions, and also just the insights. I really enjoyed this one. I didn't have someone with me on the Hangout because I wanted to focus on the question and answer section, which seemed to have worked. So there we go. All right. I wanted to get more participation from people outside the Hangout and to have people interact more. So this week was a different approach for me. I thank everyone very much. I was here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for participating. Share the Hangout, please, and let's spread some common sense, some insight, some perspective, some reasoning, and let us be the change we want to see in this world. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I have evening this side.